one's good, one's bad. Yeah, they're really always like this. We don't know who's who, but at least we know who Mike is. They love to complain, they go sports on the brain, and they frequently drive each other insane. It's the good and the bad and the Mike. The good and the bad and the Mike. The good and the bad and the Mike. It's the good and the bad and the Mike.
Hello and welcome to this week's episode of The Good, The Bad and The Mike. As always, I'm Oisin. That's Cian.
God damn it. Yeah!
And that's Mike.
Yeah! Why does Cian curse that? Why?
Because I'm still waiting for the day where he says he's Mike.
He already has.
One of these days.
That one didn't.
It's in his
Nobody heard that
his brain now. That
No one heard that one. It does happen every time before I start. I go, don't do it again. Don't make that mistake.
I am not Mike.
See, the problem is, it's because the last thing you hear in the song is the good, the bad, the Mike.
Yeah,
So he just hears Mike in his head and he's like, Mike.
I like how I didn't even notice. Like, if you didn't say anything, none of us would have noticed.
Yeah, I wouldn't have noticed.
I just, because I was like, now do I say I'm Oisin? No.
Am I the Oisin?
Am I the Oisin now? I like have we rotated the good, the bad, and the Mike?
The good, the bad, and the Oisin.
Doesn't have the same ring to it.
Yeah, no.
How about the good, the Oisin, the Mike?
No,
I
I
like
think the Oisin, the bad, the Mike is a good shout. Alright. We've no housekeeping this week, so let's just jump straight into it.
Yes.
I meant to ask that before we started and I completely forgot, so I just had to confirm there. So this week we're going to discuss Man City and their failings since Pep Guardiola arrived, which is pretty much just their Champions League performances.
Yeah, they're pretty good at everything else.
So we're going to discuss why they can be so seemingly so dominant in the domestic league and yet completely shit when it comes to Europe. Absolute
Completely
bottlers,
shit
some would call them.
Seems a bit hard.
Completely shit's a bit fair. Absolute bottlers, I think, is a fair.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's a fair representation.
Yeah, Butler's is very fair.
Mm.
I mean, they've had 6 Champions League campaigns since Pep arrived, and let's be honest, like they were winning league titles before Pep arrived. He was brought in to win them a Champions League, and they've not done it in the last 6 seasons.
He's no Arbor Grant, I'll say that anyway.
They made it to one final last season, where they played Chelsea, who really City would have been considered favourites given.
Are we jump ahead? Should we go to the start and move up, or we should start with the Chelsea one?
Well, I was just starting with the furthest they got.
Just talking about it, yeah.
Just talking.
But I mean, they would have been 100% favourites.
Oh, heavy favourites.
Given that they are so
Right.
dominant in England against pretty much any team. And
Now,
they
okay.
bottled it.
So Chelsea
there's
won
a-
1-0. Was that in regular time or in extra time? I don't remember.
Regular time. So I'm looking here at all the exits under Pep, with the exception of maybe one, would say they were favourites for each of these games.
Which one do you say
each
they weren't
ties.
favourites for?
Well, I know it might be biased. This Liverpool one might have been the one matchup he would fear, as Klopp had his number at the time.
I mean, I still would say that City still would have been favourites for it.
That's why I said there's an argument. You'll be political.
Actually.
Now I know I have bias towards it, but looking here, I was the only one I'd say we can make a case saying they might not have been favourites.
I think our listeners are going to be very surprised to hear that Mike has a bias towards Liverpool.
I know, right?
I know.
Never showed it in any of our episodes so far.
I know. I mean, I didn't pick them to make the Champions League final, did I? There's where I go. I went with the money. I followed the money.
Speaking of
bandwagon.
Champions League finals, Oisin, do you know what you're doing yet?
No. I don't know. It's a tough one. It's such a tough one.
Just
Can
go to
you
the
do
frames, watch it on your phone.
Yeah, can you do both?
I like it. It'd be weird. The worst thing is that I think the Champions League final starts at 8, and the frames only like doors open
Start
at
at
5, but then it's support acts until 8, and then the frames are on. I'm like,
Ah,
fucking
no.
hell, guys.
Just write to Infantino saying, please start the game early.
Yeah. I have to have a look at Glenn Hansard's social media, see if he's a Liverpool fan, and go here. Will you throw if you've got any screens at the gig? Will you throw the match up on one of them?
Just give us intermittent updates.
Yeah, I don't know how big an
In between
intersection of
songs.
Frames fans and Liverpool fans will be there though.
And did any of us get our
Yeah.
Europa League? Did anyone have Frankfurt Rangers?
No.
Better.
I think I'll have to double check. Really put me on the spot here because I have to go find it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure one of you said Leipzig. That's about it.
I
I
think.
may have said like.
Okay, no, you didn't. You definitely didn't say Leipzig. You
Yeah.
said Sheriff and Barca.
I did say Sheriff and Barca, yeah.
I think I said Atalanta and Barca.
You
Atalanta
had
sounds familiar.
Atalanta and Leon, and then you changed it
Oh.
to Dortmund after the group stages.
Yes.
I said Leipzig or Milan and Real Betis. I also said, and I was proved very wrong, Villarreal could drop and win it all again, but
Yes.
they did not.
I mean,
How wrong
part
was
of that, yeah.
I mean, fair play to them. Like,
Yeah. What's the?
I know.
I haven't been paying
What
attention
was
to the
that?
Conference League. Who's in the final there?
It's
Roma, someone?
Roma. I don't know who they play. I know Roma beat Leicester in the semis.
I think it's Feyenoord Roma.
Yes, Feyenoord Roma. So Mike and I both had Roma. Keane changed to Copenhagen.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, I hate to see
No
it.
regrets. No regrets. We move on to next year.
Next year, Sheriff for all three.
I mean, they're gonna win something.
Yeah.
We all know this.
All right, let's go back to City and how shit they are.
Yes.
To be clear, only in the Champions League.
Yes,
European
in
competitions.
the
Yeah,
Champions
Premier
League,
League's
they suck.
not going great for you.
Shut up! It's not the end of the world. That draw.
I mean, Everton are also doing well as well, so it's all coming up shit for you now in the Premier League.
It's all falling apart. The draw changes nothing really, because we
Yeah,
still
no.
need City to drop points either way. Such is life.
Mm. True. How many games are left? Like 3?
Yeah,
We have 3. They have
Uh,
2. Do
They
they
have
have 3
three
left?
as well. Yeah,
Yeah.
they have
Fair.
West Ham,
Villa
possibly Wolves,
and
and Villa?
Southampton.
Oh, Southampton.
Southampton?
Mm.
Or are we both
Right.
have Wolves? No, they have Wolves. Yeah, so
Yes.
I think it's Wolves.
Yes,
Wolves is
I
the
was
one.
right.
We have Southampton. They have Wolves. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so back onto City.
Sorry.
know.
Yes.
So, like,
Uh,
before Pep joined, they were a consistent round of 16, but they struggled to get beyond that.
well,
Yeah.
they reached the semi-finals the year before Pep joined,
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but
and then didn't reach it again until
aside from that one.
they reached the final last season.
Yeah,
But Pep was brought in to say, all right, he's the final piece. We need
Yes.
a European pedigree. He's the one that's gonna make us
so
the
Him and the shit tons of money.
Obviously,
They spent.
yeah.
like it's how much different do the players feel playing a single elimination bracket as opposed to a league? Like, does it affect players mentally different? Would they approach it differently? Do you think?
I
Would
would
that
think
be an
so. I
issue
think
that
it's a-
there
I think it's
there's more
definitely-
pressure on them? Like the league games would probably have
Yeah.
less pressure.
Yeah, I
mean,
would
the
agree
league,
with
it's-
that.
there's more. With a league, it's because it's over a huge amount of time. It's not a time span. You're talking. One game might not be the difference. Like if we're consistently good throughout.
Mm.
Well, knockout. If you're bad in one game, that literally costs you the entire thing.
Yeah, yeah.
One game's all it takes.
That
But a
was
league
there's
is-
always that one of my favorite things about knockout competitions. I don't can't remember. Some pundit said this years ago, and that in order to win any knockout competition, you have to be able to win while playing shit. Because you're
Yeah.
not going to play well every game.
Yeah.
You have to still somehow win while playing shit. And
Yeah.
that's I love that analogy.
Well, I think a lot of it is to do with the mental side of it. Like City's failings is a lot to do with the mental side of it. And they failed in some spectacular ways as well.
Was there something that happened in the Chelsea game in the final?
The Chelsea game was. Well, we can go into it later. That has its own. It was
Okay.
more the aftermath of the game, really, is what everyone criticized at the end. We'll get into that
I can
later.
kind of remember this, but I can't remember this fully.
Yes, I'm the same.
So
We'll
if
start with the
City-
first spectacular.
yes.
First, before we do that,
They just
BBC have an article. Yeah, no, BBC Sports have an article from 11 hours ago where it quotes. I think it might be Pep.
Mm.
Essentially say that it's harder to win the Premier League than Champions League. I'm like, I think you're full of shit.
I mean, I would agree it's hard to win the Premier League.
I mean,
I don't know.
not for a team of
you'd-
City's quality.
Oh, yeah, but in general, take away
In general,
City's amounts of
if you were
money.
to take away the teams that dominate, you'd have to take out Liverpool and City, and then you would say yes. But at the moment, for a team like City, I think it's harder to win the Champions League than the Premier League. Sorry,
You would assume so.
that
like,
was,
Would you say, but if you were saying from Liverpool's perspective, is it easier to win the Champions League or the Premier League? With City in the league.
they were both quite hard.
Yeah. What would you say is harder?
I don't know. It's a
They're
tough
just
one
very different
because
styles.
yeah,
Yeah.
it also depends on what kind of draws you get in the Champions League.
Yeah.
Yeah, that heavily dictates it. Like, I was reading a comment today, or well, this actually was a few days ago. Apparently, Rangers' Europa League run was harder than Liverpool's Champions League run.
No,
Is what
I will be the first to say Liverpool benefited so much from our draws this year. It's
Yeah.
the most favorable Champions League draw I think I've ever seen to a final.
Which, you know, you can only beat the teams in front of you.
Exactly.
Yeah,
But you take
You
them
might
as
be
they
the
come.
team, yeah, you take it. But that's the thing. But Pep, like, if you look at I'm looking at the list here, teams that knocked him out. There's not one that stands out saying, "Oh, yeah, fair due." Argue with the one, but we can get to that one.
Liverpool.
Like, the first one, Monaco. Now, it was that was the outlier Monaco team where it was absolutely stacked with talent.
was
They
that
won the first leg 5-3.
was that the Mbappe Thomas Lemar
Yeah.
year?
Yeah, so I have the team here. That Monaco team they had the likes of Mendy, Glick, Bakayoko, Fabinho, Lamar, Bernardo Silva, Falcao, and Mbappe.
Yeah, that was a pretty stacked Monaco team. Is that the year
That
they won
was-
the Ligue 1?
The Ligue 1.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I forgot that happened.
So
Yeah.
City won the opening leg 5-3. You know, taking a solid two-goal advantage over to the second leg, only to lose at 3-1.
I'm noticing a trend.
That they
Uh,
are absolute bottlers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd think that, but then next year they played
Yeah.
Liverpool.
Okay,
in
that
the
one's
quarters.
an outlier.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the one where they lost 3-0 and then 2-1. And that year, if I'm right, that's the year they ran away with the league.
The 17-18 Premier League.
Yeah, I believe they ran away with that. That's the 100-point league campaign.
It was, yeah. They were 18 points clear of United and they got 100 points,
Yes.
yeah. So,
So
yeah.
I would say that's an outlier. Like maybe, I don't know how you feel, Ushi, but I would say maybe fair enough. We were the stronger team at the time.
So
That
this was
the bad
17-18. I mean,
Who to face?
it's finished
Matchup was
fourth in the
bad.
league. that season.
Is that the year we made it to the?
Yes, we raided to Kiev.
Yeah.
Salah's first season.
Yes.
What happened in Kiev?
We lost the final in Kiev.
To Real Madrid.
The Karius incident.
The
Oh
incident.
fuck yeah! Is he still on your roster?
Technically, yes,
yes.
but he's not a registered player. He's a registered player, but he's not on the squad.
Yes. Oh my god, the fact that he's still in any way involved at your club after that is kind of hilarious. He's only 28 too. Yeah, that I forgot about that one. That one was real bad.
But I think,
Wait,
like,
was he your keeper when you beat City?
yes.
Okay, that's impressive. I'll give you that one. You probably should have lost that.
Like, we beat them home and away, which was quite
Yeah.
impressive.
Like a 5-1 aggregate score is quite the trouncing.
Yeah. So I said, look, we were free-flowing scoring at that time, so it was probably...
That was the season that, yes, you were like, we're 4-0 up, but we still might draw 4-4. Oh, I love that season. That was a great season.
Oh, we don't talk about those.
It's like, yeah, we don't have any backs, and our goalkeeper
But I
can't
know
use
that's
his hands.
the season. That's the season where it has the clips of Pep talking about Mane, Salah, and Firmino, and say that scares me because they were. I think City were on the documentary at that time, the All or
yeah.
Nothing series, and it's him talking about the Liverpool front three, saying that scares me.
Yeah.
That's the clip of him talking about it in a dressing room of a game that wasn't a game against Liverpool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which made it just even weirder at times.
Rent
Like,
free.
yeah, let's just
Interesting enough, they did lose the home leg to Basel in the round previous. I'm not sure which leg came first. Look this up. So, like, they some shocking performances earlier on that year.
yeah. And then the next year, I'll always forget.
Oh
is
wait,
the
no.
first...
City won the first leg 4-0 and then lost the second leg 2-1.
I don't know if it's yours,
I'll
but the
give them
next
that.
game is the next knockout was Spurs,
Yes.
and this one I always remember as this first time I saw a goal disallowed by VAR, and I'll never forget it.
Why? Was
So it finished 4-3 to City, but they lost the first leg 1-0.
Yeah.
The Spurs were winning on away goals to 4-3.
Yeah.
Sterling scored
Yes, I
in
remember
the
this.
92nd, 93rd minute. And they're all going mental. Like, Pep's running down to the corner flag. They're all sideline thing.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, you just see the ref and VAR, offside. And it's the first time anyone has seen offside at this time. And everyone's like, what? No, like, it's the first time I saw it. And I was like, oh my God. What? And just the sheer look at people's faces on. They didn't score. It's offside.
True.
And
that year they were
that could be
dominating
seen
the
as
Champions League.
They should have, like, that's the year they should have, like, that was the Liverpool Spurs final.
Yes.
Yeah.
Spurs played Ajax in the semis.
Yeah, so see, you would expect City to beat Ajax.
Ajax
I'm not
won
saying they
on-
would have, but
Yeah.
you would have assumed
Oh, that was was that the Divock? No, that wasn't.
that was Divock Origi.
Yeah, it was
in
the semi-final.
other
was
semi-final.
Divock
The other
Origi.
semi-final.
Yeah.
Hashtag never forget. What am
Did I
I?
ever tell you the story about that?
No.
It's a funny story, but I probably told you this years ago. But back when I was working for Paddy Power, they had a new division kind of thing that would take companies like sponsors of big sports teams and players, and they would essentially buy out their action on like bonuses, and they would like what you call Liverpool's main sponsor again? Standard Chartered.
Standard
Is it
Chartered,
them?
yeah.
Yeah. So Standard Chartered essentially paid them a fee, and then Paddy Power be liable for Liverpool's team bonuses for the year because of their gambling company that they could estimate what would be a good price, and then they could make money on it if Liverpool did worse than expected, and then they would make a profit on it or they could make a loss on it. And I was listening to a talk by this lad who was running the team, and he was saying it pretty much comes down to Liverpool doing the Champions League. and he was saying that the greatest night of his professional career was when Barcelona won 3-0. And this was a week before the second leg. So he was giving this talk and he was talking about this. He was like, so yeah, so this bid that we did has essentially, netted us a big profit because Liverpool aren't going to win the Champions League. And so we won't have to pay out that much bonuses to the Liverpool players. He may have got sacked a week later.
Who's the idiot now?
I
Yeah.
mean, hang on.
We got 2
wait.
extra goals for free.
I mean, I know you're talking that, but that's also the year we took City to a point on the last game of the season. So is that not still? Is he not still shitting it that they might win the league?
Potentially, but I think a lot of like Liverpool bonuses were
fried out,
tied
yeah.
to the Champions League more so.
Fair enough.
I think
But,
I feel like at that point a lot of the contracts were Champions League bonuses as opposed to Premier League bonuses.
Okay.
I feel like I
That's
remember
fair.
reading something about that at the time.
Okay. So then, after the disappointing Spurs, like, the next one I think by far is the worst in my opinion. It's just
which year are
Olympic
we in now?
Lyon, 1920.
Yes. Now this one though was different to
This is
the
the
other
weird
ones
one.
because this is the
Asterisk.
COVID season where they then did the bubble in Portugal.
I forgot they did
Months
that.
later.
Yes, that was
So
weird.
it was a mini tournament kind of thing, one leg only.
Yeah, in August, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah,
I know
12th
the
to
league.
23rd of
I know
August.
the league would have finished. I know they say, oh, the league was finished, kind of like early August, late July, kind of thing. They didn't have time, but that league was over well in advance. City knew what was going on. It's not like they had to play the players.
Yeah,
In my opinion, they knew.
Yeah,
They knew
but
that the tournament was coming up. They knew they were winning the league
you
well in advance.
kind like yeah, but it causes issues with you need players to be game sharp and game ready, but then
Oh,
you don't
that's
want
true.
them to get injured.
I don't get that wrong. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that, but to lose 3-1 to Leon.
Yeah, it's not ideal. Leon are kind of shit now, aren't they?
yeah, they're 8th in Ligue 1 at the moment.
Oh, that's not good.
They're 5 points off 5th, which is I think Europa Conference League.
I think that was this the one where Sterling missed that absolute sitter, where the ball came across and he's 2 yards out and he hits it over the bar.
I
don't
can't
know.
fully remember, to be honest.
I think that was that game. But I
Could have
just
been.
think that tournament would have suited City to a T, one-legged, one match
Yeah.
only. It's in a kind of camp thing. There's a lot of other teams that haven't played that much in a while.
I mean, they didn't lose on away goals, so that's a positive.
So yeah, so it would have been the likes of was it Bayern, PSG.
Yeah, Leipzig and Lyon were the semi-finals.
Yeah,
Like Lyon, Bayern, Leipzig, and PSG were
Yeah.
the 2 semi-finals. I mean, I give anyone a pass that year because
yeah.
COVID
I
was a
think
strange
that,
year
yeah.
for everyone.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like,
I think that was their best. But yeah, I get it.
I
Like,
would agree that
yeah.
would have been a good shot for them to win it. They probably realized that.
Then after Leon is then they make it all the way to the final. This was their moment.
It was.
They play against Chelsea, who were Thomas Tuchel, new manager leagues. They've had a up and down season at that point.
That was a
And-
2021 season, wasn't it?
Yeah,
It was, yeah.
last season.
That
Yeah,
season,
I'm
yeah.
just trying to
Last
see.
season, yeah.
I can't remember if City beat Chelsea twice or how that worked out.
Ooh.
Oh, in the league?
Yeah.
That's a
I
very
think so. I
interesting-
think Aguero scored like 3 goals. Was it not 2-3-0 up after 10, 20 minutes?
So actually, on the 8th of May, Chelsea beat City 2-1 in the Etihad. That was match day 35.
And on the 3rd of January, City beat Chelsea 3-1.
Yeah.
Must have been. I can't remember what Chelsea's ground's called now.
Stamford Bridge.
That's
Stamford
the
Bridge.
one. Knew that one too.
So the controversy on this one, Keane, was for some stranger Pep tinkered with his squad.
Oh, that, yes. I remember people talking about this now. Yeah.
And
at the
everyone
time.
was a bit like, what's going on kind of thing.
What do you do? Wasn't it like he played someone
I think he
counter
took.
Chelsea more so
He
than
didn't.
play
Yeah,
his
he didn't
own
play
thing.
for. He didn't play for Fernandinho. I'm pretty sure. Didn't play. Let me just see if I can get the squad. I believe Fernandinho, who was a mainstay the entire season in the league, didn't play.
Yeah, I have
Was on the
this.
thing.
So the
Yeah.
midfield was Bernardo Silva, Gundogan, and Foden.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Fernandinho was the mainstay, and everyone was like, "Wow, what's the thing?" And then I'll give them a bit of credit. I think De Bruyne got taken out of it by a nasty tackle by Rudiger.
Yes, I remember that he had to wear
Face
Rudiger was
mask
wearing a
at
face
the-
mask for the Euros, and De Bruyne was
Mm. Oh
like
yeah.
touch and go on whether he'd actually be able to play in the
to
Euros.
play. Yeah. It was a collision, so that took him out early on enough as it is, but
Yeah.
it was still Chelsea. It was still City's to win, and just didn't work out.
Yeah, like that's like that's the kind of thing that if City win it, Pep's considered a genius for making that change, but
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's an all or nothing. If it doesn't work, he's an idiot.
yeah. That's pretty much what was the
Yeah.
take points of it. But how is this the case? Like, how do you take? And then he brings on Fernandinho at some point anyway, and everyone's like, "It's been late now. We need goals."
the
Yeah, took off
64th
Bernardo
minute.
Silva.
Yeah,
Mm. Yeah, I mean, 1-0 could have been.
Yeah,
So
and then
going forward,
think
right?
that's
Hypothetically,
it. Go on.
going forward, if City do win the Champions League next year,
yeah.
do they then proceed to win multiple in the coming 3 or 4 years? Because they get the monkey off the back, and then they can.
I mean, that's always the case. They say is once you get one,
Mm,
it's easier to get two.
yeah, you kind of stop thinking about it as much.
Yeah, the duck
There
is
must be
there.
the-
It's like the
the mental
mentality is,
pressure.
you'll never get it. You'll never do
Yeah,
it.
it's not hanging
Yeah.
over you anymore because you've already got one.
Yeah. It's tough to say really because if we go by what happened, we thought that would happen this year in the Champions League.
Yeah,
Everyone's saying this is City's best team, favourites for it.
I said it was PSG's year.
Yes. So did I. So did
Yeah,
I.
good job.
I will be first saying.
Thank
But
you.
like even
Thank you.
there,
I said Bayern, to be fair.
I'm still in shock at what I witnessed last Wednesday.
Oh yeah, yeah. Ocean, do we ever tell you what happened when we were watching that?
No?
So we were on the Xbox, on Madden, I think, I can't remember. And Mike was watching the game, and he said it was going to extra time. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna pull up the flash score and keep an eye on it, and then I know I'll find a stream if penalties are going on. And I was like sitting there and I was watching it, and it started to flash, and I look over and I was like, Mike, do Real Madrid have a penalty? And he went, no. I went, oh, flash score is flashing here. It says they have a penalty. I'm like, well, they're coming forward with the ball now. oh, he's gone down. Oh, penalty. Sorry.
Yeah, keep going. Well, it's saying it's penalty. I'm like, well, they have the ball in midfield. I see them going to get. Yep, they're countering balls crossed in. Yep, now there's the penalty.
That's got
Yep,
Oisin, you're 1-0 down. Can you confirm vibes?
Yes.
Yeah, it does. I didn't think flash score would be ahead of them, which was kind of funny.
But I'm sorry.
And then I asked him, I was like, do you want to know if he scores it or not? And he's like, yes, no. Yeah, no. No, I don't. No.
But yeah,
I was like,
like,
yeah, that's fair.
City in that 6-minute spell went from going to Paris, where Grealish had his first shot that was cleared off the line, followed then by one of the best saves I've ever seen by Courtois getting his studs on it, to then conceding 2 goals in a minute and a half. Their first shot, Real Madrid's first shot on target, was their first goal in the 90th minute. The whole match.
Some
That's
going, to be
insane.
fair.
Oh, it was some goal. And then they almost lost it at normal time as well. Rodrigo almost went in for a hat-trick. Ederson had to make an amazing save just keeping that
Oh, I heard about that, yeah.
a 2-1, like,
Who would have won on away goals?
no way
If that was
goals.
still a thing. No, but if that was still a thing.
Madrid, because they got 2 in Manchester.
Oh,
Three
yeah,
in Manchester. They got
4-3,
three.
yeah, to 2-1, yeah. So they would have been done in anyway by the away goals as usual.
Yeah,
Mm.
it's just mind-boggling.
Now,
It really is.
seeing as how we're discussing City,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
David Ornstein from The Athletic reported earlier today, Erling Haaland to Man City a done deal. Confirmation expected this week, according to sources in Germany. Personal terms complete, and Dortmund anticipates City informing them in coming days of intention to activate release clause.
Mm.
Is Erling
I
Haaland the
mean-
missing piece for a Champions League title next year?
I mean, I think so because everyone says the same thing. Pep needs is a centre forward. This going with a false nine doesn't work in games, in key games at times, and that's the piece that just is missing.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. You have to feel sorry for Gabriel Jesus being a backup
I know.
striker in a team with no strikers.
Yeah, I know. I do feel sorry because every time I see him play Gabriel Jesus, and he's on the wide. He's never playing centre. I'm like, why is he playing the centre? He's like, no,
That's
put him out
weird.
wide.
Do you want to hear a funny story relative to that?
Yeah, go on.
Go on.
10, 15 years ago. Monaghan were playing somebody. It must have been Donegal because I think I was there in an Ulster Championship match. And just before say a couple of days before the game, the starting goalkeeper gets injured. Maybe in the last match, like we'll say a week or two before it, starting goalkeeper gets injured. So, obviously, sub goalie's getting excited because he's like, I'm gonna fucking play for like probably the first time in his life because sub goalies never get the game. On the bus to the game, the manager's like, no, we're actually going to put the fullback in goals because he's a better kick out than you.
Oh,
And he was like, no, fuck this. Stop the bus. I'm getting off. Literally just, he's like, I'm not going. Because he's like, if I don't get a game now, I'm literally never getting a game.
I mean, that's fair. That's
Put
a
the
fair
fullback in goal.
reaction.
Yeah, they put the fullback in goals. He got injured and had to put starting minor goalkeeper in because he was the designated backup because they had nobody else.
That's kind of fucking funny.
It's very funny. Oh, God. But can you imagine that just being told on the bus that no, you're not getting the start? Oh,
I wonder how he
heartbreaking.
felt then when he saw that the fullback got injured and he wouldn't
Yeah.
come on anyway. He's like, oh,
I mean, he's probably like, vindication. Fuck
yeah,
you.
karma's
mean-
a bitch, you bastard.
I know we're talking funny stories there. You ever hear the Queevy Callagher one?
Which one?
He was playing schools. It was a Munster schools final.
Yeah.
And he was, I think he was underage. And it was the seniors final.
Mm.
And Queevy was playing underage, and they were winning all their games, 1-0, 1-0 all the time. It was just clean sheets all the time. And it comes to the final, and the principal goes to the senior keeper at the time, saying, "Listen, you're not going to be playing. We're going to go Queevy, and I'm going to tell you why. Someday, maybe not now, but in a couple of years, you're going to be sitting in a pub, and you're going to tell this moment that you got dropped for that player pointing at the TV." The guy went on radio a few months ago to say that exact moment happened in the Carabao Cup final. He said he pointed things out. I got dropped for that player right there.
The payoff was worth it in the end.
Did he also say he's a fucking brick? Did he leave that bit out? I could have been somewhere. That's my Liverpool jersey.
Yeah, that's my career.
The question is, did Cleveland keep a clean sheet in that
Clean
final?
sheet, yeah, that's a big shout there.
He did.
Oh,
Apparently, as the story goes, Queevy walked in. He was a quiet lad in the dressing room, but he went in and said, "Lads, I don't fucking care what you do. As long as you just score one goal, we win this game."
I guess we're going
That's
to the Super Bowl.
confident. Yeah.
That's it. Pure Evan McPherson. Just, I guess
Proper
we're going
Evan
to the Super Bowl.
McPherson vibes there. I guess we're going to the Super Bowl,
Yeah,
coach.
we're going to the Super Bowl then. Ah. So,
I am tempted to sign him in
looking
Madden as
at
a
all
result.
these, what is the worst?
City's worst failure.
Yes.
Like, I'd say the Leon team is probably the worst team that they lost to.
Well, worst failure. They lost to some questionable teams.
Did they?
I
mean, Tottenham
Monaco,
probably.
yeah.
Is that? No, did we not just discuss that Monaco team was actually quite good?
yeah.
I mean, they had a few stats, but it wasn't like
That was a stacked Monaco team who got raided that summer as well.
Yeah, absolutely. City took 2 of their players.
Yeah.
We'll have some of that.
Oh, that team was. We took Fabinho. Let's
Oh,
see who.
Mbappe to
Who was-
PSG, Thomas Lemar to
Mbappe.
Atletico Madrid.
Bernardo Silva and Mendy went to City. Bakayoko went to Chelsea.
Yeah, they got stripped for parts that summer.
João Coutinho went to Wolves.
I'd say the one that keeps City players and fans up at night the most is probably the Chelsea final.
Yeah, probably because they were there. That was the final they thought.
They were the finalists. They were in the final favourites.
I think
I thought
that
they had it.
this season's
think-
Real Madrid capitulation is
That is
possibly
also-
the
that's
worst.
Yeah,
Well,
one,
while we're
yeah.
talking, I think it was Ryanair put out. I want to say it was Ryanair saying at about precisely 9 o'clock, 9:30. So there was a spike in tickets into Greater Manchester area to Paris. No refunds were
Fucking
given.
That's like the West Ham fans all booking their tickets to
To
Barcelona.
Barcelona. Oh God.
Anyway, I think unless anyone has any final thoughts on City and how shit they are when it comes to European football.
I can't wait to see what
Exclusively
next
in European
season.
football.
I
England
can't
is
wait to
not
see
Europe.
what next season.
Yeah, it'll be interesting when they have Erling Haaland.
Yeah.
Just remember, Brexit means Brexit.
Brexit means Brexit, lads. All right, we'll leave it there. So, thanks for listening, and remember to feed the algorithm and fuck the system. Cheers.